Today we will start the next chapter, indefinite integral, indefinite integration. In that, let us study the first elementary integral formulae. So all the formulas we will study today in today's lecture. Okay, in definite integral, we are going to study the definition and the properties of integration or integral, then different techniques to evaluate the integrals. In that, the first method is a substitution method. This is the first method to evaluate the integral. Then we will learn by parts, the second method to find the integration of the given function. The third one is partial fraction. So, in last chapter or in first chapter, we studied how to find the derivatives of the given function. So, what are the applications of derivatives? What is the mean by slopes of the tangents, maximum value, minimum value of the function? Now, we will try to find the function whose derivative is known. Okay, we will go backward. Uh, we have given the function, then we have find out its derivative. Now what we will do, we will find the function whose derivative is known. Okay, for given f of x, we will find g of x such that g dash of x is equal to f of x. So f of x is given and we have to find the g of x. So here the integration of f of x with respect to x, similarly to that of derivative, what we are doing there, derivative of y with respect to x is dy by dx. So here is also the integration of f of x with respect to x, because f of x is a function of x, so we will integrate with respect to x only. So f of x, integration of f of x with respect to x is g of x, or g of x is called the primitive of f of x. Integration or primitive. Okay, for example, we will see one example. Okay, here the derivative of this x cube. What is the derivative of x cube? It is 3x square. Okay, so we write it as d by dx of x cube is 3x square. Okay, in other word, we will say the integration of 3x square is x cube. So integration, derivative of x cube is 3x square. So integration of 3x square is x cube. So integration sometimes also called as antiderivative. Okay, antiderivative, because integration is the opposite process of the derivative. And we denote the integration by this sign. This is the sign of denoting the integral. We write integration of 3x square. This dx represent in with respect to which variable we are integrating. We are integrating 3x square with respect to x, just like derivative. In there is dy upon dx. What it indicates, we are differentiating that function with respect to x. So here dx tells us that we have integrated this function with respect to x. Now integration of f of x dx is g of x. How to read it? This is integration of f of x, or integral of f of x dx is g of x. Now derivative of the constant with respect to x is 0. Derivative of a constant with respect to x is 0. So now derivative of g of x is, what is the derivative of g of x? Derivative of g of x is f of x. Derivative of g of x is f of x, so that integration of f of x is g of x, because they are opposite process. Now derivative of f of g of x is f of x, and derivative of g of x plus 2 is again f of x. Derivative of g of x minus 4 is again f of x. So in general we write as d g of x plus c. Its derivative. Now c is a constant, derivative of c is 0. So its derivative, we get its derivative as f of x. So integral of f of x is g of x plus c. This c is called as, this c is called as constant of integration. Okay, the c is the arbitrary constant, is called as constant of integration. Now let us study the elementary integration formulae. Okay, now you know that d by dx of x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. What is the derivative of this? N plus 1 is a constant, so we can take outside. What will remain? X raised to n plus 1. Its derivative is n plus 1 into x raised to n plus 1 minus 1. N plus 1 x raised to n upon n plus 1. Okay, so it means, now if derivative of this function is this function, so integration of this function must be equal to this function. So we get x raised to n, integral of x raised to n is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. In derivative, we take this index to the front. Derivative of x raised to n is n times x raised to n minus 1. But in integration, what is the integral? X raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. The index is increased by 1 and we are dividing that index to the given function. So this is the integral. This is the first formula. Now we will generalize this formula. How? I am replacing x by ax plus b. Now ax b नी रिप्लेस केल्यानंतर डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढताना काय बदल होतो? We are multiplying the derivative by the coefficient of x. म्हणजे इथं x चा जो कोएफिशियंट असतो तो a तुमच्या डेरिव्हेटिव्हला मल्टिप्लाय होतो. a डेरिव्हेटिव्हला मल्टिप्लाय होतो. आता इथं ऑलरेडी तो ऍडजस्ट केला असल्यामुळं तुम्हाला मल्टिप्लाय येतो, पण तो खाली आहे म्हणून तो एकमेकांना कॅन्सल होऊन जाईल आणि तुम्हाला हे असं इक्वेशन मिळतं. सो डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढताना ax प्लस बी फॅक्टर असेल तर त्याचा a जो आहे तो डेरिव्हेटिव्हला मल्टिप्लाय होतो. इंटिग्रेशन काढताना तो a डिवाइड होतो. सो इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ ax प्लस b bracket raised to n is same as ax plus b raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 upon a. This a in derivative, this a gets multiplied, and integration, this a gets divided. Now the second, d by dx of a raised to x upon log a. Now here log a is a constant, we can take outside. So here is the derivative of only a raised to x, and a raised to x, its derivative is a raised to x log a, isn't it? Then log a will cancel and you will get a raised to x. Okay, then integration of a raised to x is a raised to x upon log a. In derivative, this log a is multiplied. In integration, it is divided. Now I replace this x by ax plus b. Now a will confused, so I write one a is capital A to the power ax plus b. Then a raised to ax plus b upon log of a into 1 upon a. So the coefficient of x, we divide the integral. Now d by dx of e raised to x is again e raised to x. So integral of e raised to x is e raised to x plus c. And integration of e raised to ax plus b is e raised to ax plus b into 1 upon a plus c. So keep in mind, these are the standard functions, these are the standard integrals. But if we replace x by ax plus b, everywhere we have to divide the integral by a only, the coefficient of x. Whatever the coefficient of x is there, that a we have to divide our integral. D by dx of sin x is cos x. Okay. Now the derivative of sin x is cos x. So integral of cos x is sin x. Okay. If I don't know the formula of integral, but if I know the formula of derivatives, then only I can solve the examples of integral. So you must recite all the formulas of derivatives as well as the integration. Now replace x by ax plus b. Integral of cos of ax plus b dx is equal to sine of ax plus b into 1 upon a. Again, the coefficient of x we have divided. In derivatives, we multiplied. In integration, we are dividing. Now, d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. So, integral of my sin x is cos x. Because integral of minus sin x is plus cos x. Then I will multiply minus 1. So, integral of cos sin x is minus cos x. Now, here derivative of sin x is plus cos x. But integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integral of cos x is sin x. So again we will put x, replace x by ax plus b. I will get the integral of sine of ax plus b is equal to minus cos ax plus b upon a. Now derivative of tan x is just x square x. So integration of sec square x ex dx is tan x plus c. Replace x by ax plus b. So sec square ax plus b dx is equal to tan of ax plus b upon a plus c. Next, d by dx of sec x. Now what is the derivative of sec x? Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. So obviously integral of sec x into tan x dx is sec x plus c. Now replace x by ax plus b. Sec ax plus b plus tan ax plus b dx is equal to sec ax plus b into 1 upon a plus c. Next, d by dx of cosec x. Now what is the derivative of cosec x? Its derivative is, now d by dx of cosec x minus cosec x into cot x. So integral of cosec x cot x is minus cosec x plus c. Replace x by ax plus b. You get integral of cosec ax plus b into cot ax plus b dx is minus cosec ax plus b plus 1 upon a plus c. The next formula is, now d by dx of cot x. Now what is the derivative of cot x? Is minus cosec square x. म्हणून तो cosec square x इंटिग्रल हे काय असेल minus cot x. And if we replace x by ax plus b in this, we get integral of cosec square ax plus b dx is minus cot ax plus b upon a plus c. Now d by dx of log x. Okay. D by dx of log x is 1 upon x. So integral of 1 upon x is log x plus c. Okay, so integral of 1 upon ax plus b is log of ax plus b into 1 upon a. Now, whenever you are writing the or using the formula or this formula, whenever there is a log, always write it in modulus. Okay, because log is defined only for positive numbers and not for negative numbers. So everywhere, whenever you are using this formula, you will write log of modulus of ax plus b. Now these are the theorems, these are the algebra. Okay, f and g are real valued integrable functions. What is meant by integrable? Integrable means we can find its integral. So f integral of f of x plus g of x दोन फंक्शनच्या बेरजेचं इंटिग्रेशन कसं काढायचं? त्या दोघांचं सेपरेट इंटिग्रेशन काढायचं आणि त्यांची बेरीज करायची. सो इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ द सम इज इक्वल टू सम ऑफ देअर integrals. Then similarly difference. Integral of difference of two functions is equal to difference of integrals. Integration of f of x minus g of x dx is equal to integration of f of x dx minus integration of g of x dx. Then third one, if f and g are real valued integrable functions of x and k is a constant, then integral of k into f of x dx. एखाद्या फंक्शनला जर आपण एखाद्या कॉन्स्टंट मल्टिप्लाय केला असेल तर इंटिग्रेशन काढताना आपण तो कॉन्स्टंट बाहेर काढू शकतो. Okay, just like that of derivatives. In finding the derivatives also we have taken out the constants. So here also first we will take the constant outside the integral and then we will integrate the function. Let us see the proof of the first theorem. Let integration of f of x g of x is integration of f of x dx is g1 of x plus c1 and integration of g of x dx is g2 of x plus c2. So if these are the integrals, so what is the definition of the integral? Definition of the integral is derivative of this must be equal to f of x and derivative of this must be equal to g of x. Okay. So now consider d by dx of g1 of x plus c1 and g2 of x plus c2. So if you use the algebra of derivatives, so derivative of this function plus derivative of this function. But we know that derivative of this function is f of x and derivative of this function is g of x. So what we get, d by dx of this function is equal to f of x plus g of x. So what is, again we will use the definition of integral. जर याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह हे फंक्शन असेल तर ह्या फंक्शनचं इंटिग्रेशन हे फंक्शन असायला पाहिजे. ओके, so integration of f of x plus g of x dx is g1 of x plus c1 plus g2 of x plus c2. So I can write it as integration of f of x dx plus integration of g of x dx. On the same line we can prove the theorem of the second and third theorem. Okay, no need to prove, but we can prove. Just try to prove them. We will stop here and in next lecture we will solve examples. Okay, examples on these elementary integral formulae.